Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2024 ski test. We've got a K2 Dispatch 101 for you today, and just one of the more interesting skis out there in the industry today. K2 really kind of takes a different approach to their touring skis, kind of really mixing touring and free ride together, not really using the term hybrid a whole lot, really kind of making its own thing. And they ended up with something really weird and really interesting at the same time. When we got on these things last year, it was a pretty specific moment where you're like, I have never skied anything like this before, and I get it more on snow than I do on paper, but still just kind of is one of those strange skis out there that might fit a specific person really well, but maybe not that type of mainstream free ride touring ski. But still really, really interesting, certainly worth talking about. We are built with a Polonia wood core, so nice and light. They do get unidirectional flax in here, stiffening the flex. And then the big thing is this Titanal hex beam metal laminate. So mainly touring skis are shying away from metal in any form other than binding retention. This is kind of a legit full metal laminate that has a geometric cut to it. So it starts centrally in the spine, and then there's one hexagon in the front, and then it tapers to that spine again, and then it goes full width through the middle, tapers to the spine, and then another hexagon in the tail, and then another taper to the end. So central full the way through, and then there's a couple of kind of, I would say, more cutouts in the forebody and through the tail, but then the rest of the ski does have that metal in there. So really, really interesting way of combining metal and lightweight wood in this ski to create this particular effect of it having, strength and power to it while remaining light enough and agile enough for touring. Certainly the big question is the weight and how's that going to affect it. This is the 182 and we're at 1,670 grams. So certainly there are heavier skis out there that kind of have a touring label to them, and there are far lighter skis that also have that same name. So this one kind of falls in the middle, but there's a few other things that make it really interesting. For me, it really starts and ends with that long turn radius. So this is the 182, and we're at 26.3 meters in the turn radius. It's one of those things where you're so used to skiing skis with shorter arcs these days that when you get on this and put it on edge, you almost feel like you're going to tip over because nothing happens. It just tracks straight. For deep and soft snow, that's really fun because it kind of allows you more smeariness. If you think about kind of back to the spatula days with reverse side cut and how those skis handle deep snow, this is kind of the closer version of that, at least in today's modern free ride ski world. And then we get that nice long rocker as well. So a decent splay, long rocker going all the way down here. There's not going to be much taper because of that long turn radius. There's that early taper in the tail here, but the ski never gets absurdly wide back here. It's very much a straight cut, 123, 101, 112 in the dimensions. So not a whole lot of drop between, tip, waist, and tail. And then we get their skin fixation notch in the back and just that relatively flat rocker profile back here. So that increases efficiency on the uphills and makes this thing a relatively decent tourer, but certainly an interesting, construction and way about going about these skis. I would say that's more in tune with, a lighter weight binding versus a hybrid. I think you want to take full advantage of, the fact that this ski isn't the lightest ski out there. So your components, your boots and your skis, boots and bindings, I feel like they deserve to be on the lighter side of the spectrum, and then you get the performance out of the ski. So a really interesting option here for people that are spending a lot of time searching out kind of different lines, creative places on the mountain, and doing, up to a day-long tour. But I don't think it's really built for long distance stuff. But make sure you check out this K2 Dispatch 101 here at skiessentials.com, and we will see you out there on the hill. Bye.